Hello everyone. Okay, today we have a great lesson together. Okay, and now I make this video to practice English with uh, rule 2 in effortless English teacher Asia. Okay, and how many of you done your homework today? Yeah. Okay, let's start with our rule 2. Okay. Hi, this is Asia again, the director of Flash English, and today we're going to learn about rule number 2. Now, rule number 2 is a surprise for many people. Rule number 2 is simple. Do not study grammar rules. Do not do it. Now I know that this is a thought for some people because most of your life learning English, you have been told to learn grammar rules. In the school, in high school, in university, in language schools, everywhere in the world. Grammar. So the first question to you is, did it work? Was it successful? If you're watching this video, you have studied English before in school somewhere, and probably you focus a lot on grammar rules. So my question is, can you speak English easily, quickly, and automatically right now? If the answer no, why not? Because you have studied English for many years already. Why can't you speak quickly, easily, and automatically? Why not? Okay, I'm sorry you guys because the connecting is not good. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute to connect the internet. Okay, British. Well, it's not your fault actually. The answer for most people is that you study grammar rules too much. You focus on grammar rules. Why? Because your teachers told you to. Why is it bad to study grammar rules? Well, because when you study grammar rules, when you focus on grammar rules, you focus on analyzing English. In other words, you think about English. You think about the past tense, the present tense, the future, the present perfect, the past perfect. Now, for writing English, that's okay. Why? Because when you write English, you have time. You can go slowly. You can write very slowly. You can think about it. You can erase the mistake. It's okay. You don't need to write fast. But for speaking, there's no time. You do not have time to think about the rules. For the present perfect tense in English, when you're listening and speaking, there's no time. Someone asks you a question, you must answer immediately. You have no time to think about preposition. You have no time to think about verb tenses, possessives, all the stuff you learned. Just no time. How do native speakers learn grammar? Well, I'm an English native speaker, and I can tell you, I never study grammar rules. Not until high school, and we study grammar rules for writing. In college, native speakers study grammar rules again. Why? For writing. But for speaking, we don't. So how do we learn grammar rules? Well, we learn through listening, through hearing correct grammar, and again, a lot of correct grammar. So the best way to learn English grammar is through input. In other words, English coming in mostly to the ears, but reading is okay. But don't read textbooks, don't read grammar books. Read is a English books is novels, but most of all, you'll be listening. Now in the next emails that you get, I told you exactly how to learn grammar in an easy way, in an effortless way, without studying rules. So keep writing those emails. Read the next emails because in later emails I tell you exactly how to learn English grammar so you can use it quickly and very fast when you're speaking, not just writing. But for now, for today, the number two rule I want you to remember is do not study grammar rules. If you focus on grammar rules, it will hurt your speaking. You will speak more slowly, you will understand more slowly. So if you have a grammar books, don't worry, put them in trash. Goodbye, goodbye grammar books. If you want you can burn them, put them on fire, because they are useless. They will they will not help you with English speaking for or your English learning and listening. So goodbye grammar books, no more grammar books. Yeah, that should make you happy. Okay, good enough. This is the second rule for learning to speak excellent English. Tomorrow you get the next rule, rule number 3 tomorrow. So I hope you enjoy this email course and this videos, and I see you next time. Bye bye. Okay, practice again with me. In the second time. Hi, this is Ajahor again, the director of Flash English, and today we are gonna learn about rule number 2. Now rule number 2 is very surprise for many people. Rule number 2 is simple. Do not study grammar rules. Do not do it. Now I know this is a thought rule for some people because most of your life learning English, you have been told to learn grammar rules in middle school, in high school, in university, in language schools, everywhere in the world. Grammar, 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 grammar. So the first question to you is, did it work? Was this successful? If you're watching this video, you have studied English before in school somewhere, and probably you focus a lot on grammar rules. So my question is, can you speak English easily, quickly, and automatically right now? If the answer no, why not? Because you have studied English for many years already. Why can't you speak quickly, easily, and automatically? Why not? Well, it's not your fault actually. The answer for most people is that you study grammar rules too much. You focus on grammar rules. Why? Because your teachers told you to. Why is it bad to study grammar rules? Well, because when you study grammar rules, when you focus on grammar rules, you focus on analyzing English. In other words, you think about English. You think about the past tense, the present tense, the future, the present perfect, the past perfect. Now, for writing English, that's okay. Why? Because when you write English, you have time. You can go slowly, you can write very slowly, you can think about it, you can erase the mistake. It's okay, so you don't need to write fast. But for speaking, there's no time. You do not have time to think about the rules for the perfect tense English. When you're listening and speaking, just no time. Someone asks you a question, you must answer immediately. You have no time to think about preposition. You have no time to think about verb tenses, process, all the stuff you learned. Just no time. How to native speakers learn grammar? Well, I'm an English native speaker, and I can tell you I never study grammar rules. Not until high school, and we study grammar rules for writing. And college, native speakers study grammar rules again for writing, but for speaking, we don't. So how do we learn grammar rules? Well, we learn through listening, through hearing correctly, correct grammar, again and again and again and again, a lot correct grammar. So the best way to learn English grammar is through input. In other words, English coming in mostly through your ears, but reading is also okay. But don't read textbooks, don't read grammar books. Read easy English books, easy novels. So, but most of all, you'll be listening. Now is the next emails that you get. I tell you exactly how to learn grammar in an easy way and an effortless way without study rules. So keep getting those emails. Read the next email because in later emails I tell you exactly how to learn English grammar so you can use it quickly and very fast when you're speaking, not just writing. But for now, for today, the rule number 2 rule, I want you to remember to not study grammar rules. If you focus on grammar rules, it will hurt your speaking. Just speak more slowly, to understand more slowly. So if you have a grammar books, throw away. Put away trash, goodbye grammar books. If you want, you can burn them. Put them on fire. Because they are useless. They will not help you with your English speaking or your English learning and listening. So, goodbye grammar books, no more grammar rules. Yeah, that should make you happy. Okay, good enough. This is our second rule for learning to speak excellent English. Tomorrow, you get the next rule. Rule number 2, rule number 3 tomorrow. So, I hope you enjoy this email course and this video, and I see you next time. Bye bye. Okay, one more time. Hi, this is Adrian again, the director of Flash English. And today we are going to learn about rule number 2. Now rule number 2 is surprise for many people. Rule number 2 is very simple. Do not study grammar rules. Do not do it. Now I know this is a tough rule for some people because most of your life learning English, you have been told to learn grammar rules. In middle school, in high school, in university, in language schools, everywhere in the world. Grammar, 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 grammar. So the first question is to you is to work. Was it successful? If you're watching this video, you haven't studied English before in school somewhere. No, and probably you focus a lot grammar rules. So my question is, can you speak English easily, quickly, and automatically right now? It's yes or no. Why not? Because you haven't studied English for many years already. Why can't you speak quickly, easily, and automatically? Why not? Well, it's not your fault, actually. The reason is the answer to most people is that you study grammar rules too much. You focus on grammar rules. Why? Because your teachers told you to. Why is it bad to study grammar rules? Well, because when you study grammar rules, when you focus on grammar rules, you focus on analyzing English. In other words, you think about English. You think about the past tense, the present tense, the future, the present perfect, the past perfect. Now, for writing English, that's okay. Why? Because when you write English, you have time. You can go slowly. You can write very slowly. You can think about it. You can erase your mistake. It's okay. You don't need to write fast. But for speaking, there's no time. You do not have time to think about the rules for the present perfect tense in English. When you're listening and speaking, there's no time. Someone asks you a question, you must answer immediately. You have no time to think about preposition. You have no time to think about verb tenses, possessive, or just stuff you learned. Just no time. How to native speakers learn grammar? Well, I'm an English native speaker, and I can tell you, I never study grammar rules. Not until high school, and we study grammar rules for writing. In college, native speakers study grammar rules again. Why? For writing. But for speaking, we don't. So how do we learn grammar rules? Well, we learn through listening, through hearing correct grammar again and again and again and again. A lot of correct grammar. So the best way to learn English grammar is through input. In other words, English coming in, mostly through the ears, but reading is also okay, but don't read textbooks. Don't read grammar books. Read is a English books, is a novels, but most of all, you'll be listening. Now in the next emails that you get, I'll tell you exactly how to learn grammar in an easy way, in an effortless way, without study rule. So keep getting the emails. Read the next email because I read the emails. I will tell you exactly how to learn English grammar so you can use it quickly, very fast when you're speaking, not just writing. But for now, for today, the rule, number 2 rule, I want you to remember to not study grammar rules. If you focus on grammar rules, it will hurt your speaking. Just speak more slowly, to understand more slowly. So if you have the grammar books, throw away, put them in your trash, goodbye grammar books. If you want, you can burn them, put them on fire, because they're useless. They will not help you with your English speaking or your English learning. So goodbye grammar books, no more grammar books. Yeah, that should make you happy. Okay, good enough. This is the second rule for learning to speak excellent English. Tomorrow I will get this next rule to number 3 tomorrow. To enjoy this rule course and these videos, and I will see you next time. Okay, so now I hope that you guys will practice the last one with me. All of us are so sleepy. Okay. Hi, this is Oliver again, the director of Plus English. And today we're going to learn about rule number 2. Now, rule number two is a surprise for many people. Rule number two is very simple. Do not study grammar rules. Do not do it. Now, I know this is a tough rule for some people because most of your life learning English, where you have been told to learn grammar rules in middle school, in high school, in university, in language school, everywhere in the world. Grammar, 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 grammar. So our first question to do is, did it work? Was this successful? If you were watching this video, you have studied English before in school somewhere, and probably you focus on a lot of grammar rules. So my question is, can you speak English easily, quickly, and automatically right now? If you answer no, why not? Because you have studied English for many years already. Why can't you speak quickly, easily, and automatically? Why not? Well, it's not your fault. Actually, the reason, the answer for most people is that you study grammar rules too much. To focus on grammar rules. Why? Because your teachers told you to. Why is it bad to study grammar rules? Well, because when you study grammar rules, when you focus on grammar rules, you focus on analyzing English. In other words, you think about English. You think about the past tense, the present tense, the future, the present perfect, the past perfect. Now, for writing English, that's okay. Why? Because when you're writing English, you have time. You can go slowly. You can write very slowly. You think about it. You can erase a mistake. It's okay. You don't need to write fast. But for speaking, there's no time. You do not have time to think about the rules for the perfect tense in English. When you're listening and speaking, there's no time. Someone asks you a question and you must answer immediately. You have no time to think about prepositions. You have no time to think about verb tenses, possessives, all the stuff you learned. Just no time. How do native speakers learn grammar? Well, I'm an English native speaker, and I can tell you, I never study grammar rules. Not until in high school, and we study grammar rules for writing. In college, native speakers study grammar rules again. Why? For writing. But for speaking, we don't. So how do we learn grammar rules? Well, we learn through listening, through hearing correct grammar again and again and again and again, a lot of correct grammar. So the best way to learn English grammar is to input. In other words, in English coming in mostly through your ear, but reading is also okay. But don't read textbooks, grammar books. Just read easy English books, easy novels. But most all, you'll be listening. Now is next emails that you get. I'll tell you exactly how to learn grammar in an easy way, in a fast way, and without study rules. So keep getting those emails. Read the next email because in later emails I'll tell you exactly how to learn English grammar so you can use it quickly, very fast when you're speaking, not just writing. But for now, for today, the number two rule, I want you to remember, do not study grammar rules. If you focus on grammar rules, it will hurt your speaking. Just speak more slowly, you understand more slowly. So you have grammar rules, throw away. Put on the trash, goodbye grammar rules. If you can burn them. Put out the fire. Because they are useless, they will not help you with your English speaking or your English learning and listening. So, goodbye grammar books. No more grammar rules. Yeah, that should make you happy. Okay, good enough. This is the second rule for learning to speak excellent English. Tomorrow, I get you get the next rule. Rule number 3 tomorrow. Enjoy this email course and these emails and these videos, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, so now it's so late, and I hope that you guys have a nice dream. Enjoy sleep. Okay, thank you very much for watching or listening.